safer world is possible, and together we can and will make it happen. Thank you.
When you show up in community, you find that group that makes you feel like home, but oftentimes you also find yourself again.
Oh, hello, Jeremy. Hi, everyone on the panel. I find it repugnant the way King Charles continually demonstrates such lack of good judgment and poor character on a number of issues, but particularly with Harry and Meghan. I have no doubt in my mind that the eviction of Harry and Meghan from Frogmore Cottage is not a spontaneous thing. I'm sure it's been in the offing for a while, but this was an opportunity to kill two birds with one stone. One, pay back for Harry's book, Spare, and two, to distract the public from King Charles's first political role over Brexit because of his meeting with the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. We can all see through this, but the fact that King Charles, as a father, decided that he's going to use his power and as king to take from Harry and Meghan a home bestowed upon them by the Queen, a home renovated at Meghan's cost, and knowing fully well the security issues around them, because this is their second home, and Meghan has had, death threats. The fact that he made the choice to do this shows a level of, I would say, pathetic pettiness and cruelty that is unworthy of a king. Okay. Charles continually places the royal family in such significant reputational risk. I find his character and judgment totally substandard.
Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome to Sussexful. I'm your host, Emma, and remember my beautiful audience to like, comment, and subscribe to Sussexful, where we speak truth, love, and light for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan. Now on today's video, we are going to see an absolutely brilliant moment. You got it all in within that clip, Dr. Shola. Dr. Shola Mos-Shogbamimu once again delivered pure truth, clarity, and power. No hesitation, no fear. She said what so many people are quietly thinking. King Charles has forced the public to question his competence on so many levels. As a parent, as a grandparent, as a former spouse, and yes, as a sovereign. For years, the British media has tried to paint this image of a calm, thoughtful monarch. Yet when you look closely, the cracks are showing. His decisions, his tone, and his silence at crucial moments reveal a pattern of poor judgment and selective compassion. Let's be real. When you can't show consistent empathy toward your own son and daughter-in-law, who have endured relentless abuse and lies, what message does that send about your leadership? A true leader shows fairness and accountability, not silence when injustice is done in his name. And as Dr. Shola highlighted, this isn't even the first time Charles has blurred the lines on royal neutrality. Let's not forget those infamous Black Spider memos, private letters he sent to then Prime Minister Tony Blair, where he attempted to influence government policy. That was a clear sign that Charles's views and biases weren't as neutral as the palace would have us believe. Now, here we are again, the same pattern repeating itself. A king who seems to value control over compassion, image over integrity. It's no wonder that people around the world are questioning what kind of example this sets. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan continue to rise above, focusing on impact, service, and kindness. They've shown us what modern royalty should look like: grounded, compassionate, and driven by purpose, not position. So once again, bravo, Dr. Shola. You said it perfectly, and you said it for all of us who have had enough of the hypocrisy, enough of the bias, and enough of the gaslighting from both the media and the institution that protects them. This is Sussexful, where truth always finds its voice. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and, Share this video if you stand with Harry and Meghan, because truth and compassion will always outshine hate and deceit. Charles's actions have raised serious questions about his competence and judgment on multiple fronts. As a parent and grandparent, his public handling of family dynamics has been, widely scrutinized. Moreover, his past conduct as a former spouse has further eroded public confidence in his discretion and decision-making abilities. Most concerning, however, is his failure to maintain the neutrality expected of a sovereign, as evidenced by his controversial Black Spider memos sent to former Prime Minister Tony Blair. These lapses have left many wondering whether Charles possesses the necessary qualities to one day assume the role of king. Parental competence, has always been a hot topic when it comes to Charles. His abilities as a parent have long been a topic of public scrutiny. His tumultuous relationships with his children, marked by years of strained communication and personal challenges, have led many to question his competence and commitment in that role. Now, as he takes on the responsibilities of grandparenthood, that same level of intense scrutiny follows him. The public watches closely, eager to assess whether the man who struggled to navigate the complexities of parenthood can effectively step into the role of guiding the next generation. Charles's actions, both public and private, are dissected for any signs of failing, as the weight of his legacy as a patriarch hangs in the balance. The public's doubts about Charles's conduct as a former spouse are entirely justified. His tumultuous personal life, marked by multiple divorces, raises serious questions about his ability to navigate the complexities of marriage and family. The examination of his past relationships paints a troubling picture, calling into doubt his capacity for the emotional intelligence and interpersonal skills required of a successful spouse and co-parent. These implications of his private life inevitably spill over into the public domain, threatening to undermine his credibility and authority as a leader. Charles's inability to maintain healthy personal relationships casts a long shadow over his fitness to serve as the sovereign, the ultimate embodiment of stability and moral authority for the nation. Charles's performance as the sovereign has come under intense scrutiny, with many questioning his ability to effectively uphold the duties of the monarchy. His decision-making and leadership skills have been the subject of criticism, as he has faced challenges in navigating the complexities of his role. The public has expressed concerns over his capacity to maintain the required neutrality, particularly in light of the controversy surrounding his past involvement in the so-called Black Spider memos to former Prime Minister Tony Blair. As both a public figure and a holder of significant power, Charles finds himself under the microscope, with his actions and choices being closely examined and evaluated by the very people he is tasked with serving. The allegations of political interference with the Black Spider memos have raised serious concerns about the perceived neutrality of the monarchy. By directly lobbying government officials on policy matters, Charles has blurred the lines between the royal institution and the political sphere, calling into question the crown's ability to remain above the fray of partisan politics. This breach of protocol not only undermines public trust in the monarchy's impartiality, but also sets a troubling precedent for future monarchs who may be tempted to wield undue influence over the democratic process. The implications of Charles's actions threaten to erode the centuries-old tradition of the British monarch's steadfast neutrality, a cornerstone of the country's constitutional framework.